Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, right. Oh, there are now 5. Oh, cool.
Check this out.
Okay.
Check this out.
Oh. It's volcano. All right. Another forest. A little cozy chapel. Spring of the goddess. Oh, you need soap. Alright. Alright, sir. Oh, there's a tower up there. Okay. You don't have a world map in this game. There's a little town over there. And on the left side is probably the volcano. Oh. Well, maybe you need a little boat. Alright. How can I help you today? Well, food. Made with magic silver, okay. You never know. Oh, that's also the weapon shop. Well, that's a lot of weapons. So, more old shoes. Okay. But maybe I have to talk to the guy again. Interesting. Oh. Oh, Lord. Huh? How do I get to the volcano? Oh. Steal all. Okay. show.
Check this out.
Gotcha!
Blessing of Althena.
Blessing of Althena.
Check this out.
Yeah!
Oh. Mia fainted.
Check this out.
No!
Cold of ice.
Check this out.
Gotcha!
By the power of Althena.
Yeah!
Mia gained a level. The warrior gained a level.
Check this out.
No, I don't want.
Gotcha!
Carry up the flame.
Holy water. Didn't he level up? Ah, 22. Got 2000 gold pieces.
By the power of Athena! Blessing of Athena!
Hmm? Time to level up. Street learned. All right.
Check this out.
Blessing of Athena!
Blessings of Athena.
Blessing of Athena!
Yeah. Hello, Sam PRZ7. If I am correct, it's good morning for you. Yes, it is lol. It's 3 a.m. I never understood. AM, is it after morning or after, probably after midnight, right? But what is PM? So it's super early. AM, after midnight. After morning. Oh no, PM is past midnight. That's weird. So AM is after morning. Whatever. Hop. Well, we don't have AM and PM, so it is 12:21, and that means it's 21 minutes after. It's 21 minutes in the midday. How do I say it? Yeah, midday. So it's basically from 6 in the morning to 12 is what we call morning, and then after that it's midday. That's till 6 o'clock, then it's evening, and from 6 o'clock to 12 it's night. So it's basically, it's early in the day, but it's not morning. It's the beginning of the midday, right? But I played Lunar till like it's lunchtime, indeed, right? So if I would have been working, I would have my break. Yeah, that's true. But I've been playing Lunar since 1 o'clock in the night, so I only got up 8 o'clock. So mostly I wake up like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, but because I, kept gaming so long, at least for me. Yeah, I'm really liking this game. And I actually started out playing it the normal way, without the battle speed maximized. But I have to admit, these battles are very slow, and why would you want to take a minute when it could take 10 seconds, right? It's the same stuff. Yeah, so this is the remastered collection. I actually got the physical game, because I don't do digital stuff. So I got the physical game as a present, as a very, very late Valentine's present for my girlfriend. Yeah, I don't hate digital, but I would rather not buy a game digital. But I do have a lot of digital games, because a lot of them are not available physical, or, nowadays I don't want to have everything physical, because I just don't want to have these massive amounts of games anymore. And sometimes a game is so cheap digital, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll get it for $3. I actually got Brotato. Do you know that game? I got that game for $3 a few weeks back, and I've been playing it almost every week. I really like Brotato. It's really cool. I mostly play it with what's the one called? A cyborg, I think. That you'll start with a minigun. I haven't beaten a single run yet though. I always die at like 16 or 18. Phase 16 or 18. But I really like Potato. It's really cool. It's one of these games, these indie games, you know, it's super simple, it looks alright, it's super simple, but it's a lot of fun. Kinda like Vampire Survivor. I like that game also. Ooh, 2,000 experience. 3,000! Oh shit. I think I overleveled a little bit. Ah, yes. Yeah, I think I am definitely not the only one who has experienced this, as you, of course, also say. But like on my birthday, or for example Christmas, my friends and parents, they give me like PlayStation Network cards. Because they don't really know what else they would want me to buy. So they buy me. I still have a €20 PS2 PlayStation card here unopened. But I'm waiting for, you know, a good game deal or something. Marriott. All right. Why can't I? Oh wait, I see it. Get out of the way, fool. It's a pretty unique name, right? So, back when I was a kid, the first time I played Final Fantasy VII, I played that game. It was on my dad's PlayStation 1, so I hadn't had a PlayStation 1 for myself. So he played the game too. It's quite unique because I've never, ever, before or after, played a game with my dad together. Never. Just Final Fantasy VII is the only one. So when we were at his place, because my parents are divorced, so when we were at my dad's place, I was playing Final Fantasy VII, and when I was at my mom's place, my dad kept playing Final Fantasy VII. So the first playthrough of Final Fantasy VII, I missed a large chunk of the game. And my dad actually beat the game. And I remembered my dad calling, my mom and telling me, hey, I beat Final Fantasy VII. And I'm like, oh, cool, So I missed a large chunk of the game, right? So once he beat in the game, he was like, I don't need to play it anymore. You can start over. So I started the game over, and I basically, I don't know why it happened, but instead of Claude Strife, I somehow made Klaudkil. It was a mistake. I don't know what happened. Maybe I did something, or I was too young, or I was half asleep or something. But when you can name your character, I did something with Klaudkil, and I don't know. Somehow the name, I liked it and I sticked with it, and Klaudkil was born. So the name Klaudkil is literally from my childhood. I have that name since I was a kid. I've actually had a lot of times when people said you misspelled Klaudkil, because a cloud, it's with a CL and then a round. How do you say it? How do you say O? An O, UD. So you misspelled Claude. I'm like, no, it's just how I made it. It's Klaudkil. It's a misspell. Yes, it's a misspelling. I did something wrong. I misspelled it. Maybe because Final Fantasy VII, the original game, instead of pressing X or cross, you had to press circle. So maybe I done something wrong, but it was a misspell, and it named Klaudkil, and I just liked the name and kept it forever and ever. I want the cloud to die, yeah, maybe. Your defense goes up, but your magic defense goes down. I think I'll keep my armor. Jade Harpin for ladies only. Besides Final Fantasy, what's your next favorite RPG? You mean a single game, or you just mean a franchise? It's my next favorite RPG franchise. You probably mean that because Final Fantasy is, of course, a franchise. It's difficult because I think I would say the Tales of franchise, because I have played a lot of Tales of games and they are fantastic. But then again, Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2 are, holy shit, so good. But I haven't really played Suikoden 3, 4. I have played 5, but I need to, keep playing it more. So it probably is the Tales of franchise. But then again, Grandia 1 and Grandia 2 are fantastic. But I think just a sheer amount of good Tales of games is probably making it my second favorite franchise of Japanese RPGs. Even though, I do like Tales of the latest one. What's the latest one called? Tales of Arise. I liked that game a lot. But since I now have played a little bit more of the older ones, it has lost a certain charm, you could say. The Tales of Arise looked like a Tales of game, but it played like a Western RPG, sort of. It's kind of like Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16 looks like Game of Thrones, and that's not bad. I like Game of Thrones, but it plays like this Western hack and slasher with enemies that has huge HP bars. Fights take way too long, and that's what the latest Tales of game felt playing, but its aesthetic is really cool. And there are actually still a lot of Tales of games that I need to play, and I want to replay Tales of Xillia, because I do like the game a lot, but I only played it once. And perhaps Lunar 1 and 2 will be high on my list. I mean, this one is really good, so... But I especially remember... Oh, and Dragon Quest! I forgot about that. But you know what? With Dragon Quest... I played Dragon Quest 1, or Dragon Warrior, and it's very simple, but it's cool to see the first Japanese RPG ever made. It is really cool to see how it started, and let's be honest, it hasn't really changed that much in terms of how games are played and battle systems. At least up until sort of the 3D era, right? But besides that, I have Dragon Quest 3 Remake. I still need to get more into it. I am pretty far into the game. And I was farming these metal slimes to level up because the game was kicking my ass. The game was kicking my ass so hard. I don't know why. I thought Hey, what's up, Benjamin Ben? Sorry I didn't see your post. I'll give your answer soon. And I only played Dragon Quest 8. I loved it. And Dragon Quest 8 is basically the game that made me go back to retro games. Literally, Dragon Quest 8, I liked it so much, I loved it so much, that I really started to think to myself, why am I playing all these modern RPGs that I don't like when I have so much retro stuff to play? So Dragon Quest 8 is very dear to my heart, you could say. And I played, of course, Dragon Quest 11, and that one was, wow, maybe one of the very few modern games that literally plays and feels and looks like a retro game. So Dragon Quest is also high up my list, but again, I played so many Tales of games. It is probably my favorite franchise after Final Fantasy. I have not played Tactic Ogre yet. I did buy the game, but it's still sealed. Don't know why. I don't know why I never played Tactics Ogre. I think one of the reasons why I haven't played the remake yet is I have heard that you could not grind for levels. And I hate that. I don't know why, but I always, in RPGs, especially tactical RPGs like Final Fantasy Tactics, even though I haven't played it that much because it's so difficult, but stuff like, you know, Disgaea, for example, I like to over-level. I like to level up my characters in such a way that I'm super strong. I don't know why. It takes time and effort, and that's why I like doing it. We're falling. I don't know about Rocket Slime on the DS. Was it also an RPG? Yes, I prefer Japanese RPGs. Japanese RPGs are by far my favorite franchise. Or my favorite genre, I mean. But I also like Western RPGs though. I am a big fan of Skyrim, even though I never beat the game. And I loved The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is by far in my top 50 best games of all time. It is 100%. Very high. Yeah, those are really good games. I actually listen to a lot of video game music, and I would say 95% of video game music is Japanese, and 5% is stuff like God of War, Ratchet and Clank, Skyrim, Oblivion, The Witcher. I need to find someone, right? But where the fuck is he? Carpenter, go find him. No, I can't speak Japanese. When I was younger, I had a Japanese friend, and she sort of taught me little words, like, of course, konnichiwa, o genki desu ka, you know, but just words. I forgot a lot of it. I wished I was smart enough and had the ambition enough to learn Japanese, because to me it is the most beautiful language in the world. But I'm sorry, I just don't have the ambition. I don't want to spend the time to learn it. I am just a stupid, lazy guy. Ooh. That's if I say 2, will I feel stupid? But I'm actually very, you probably hear it from how the way I speak, that I am not good at language. And of course I know Dutch and English, that's it. And even my Dutch isn't very good. And sometimes, especially when I write, I think especially in the beginning of the internet and stuff, people were on forums, for example, people were like, why don't you write, you know, how you should write? Why do you do this? Why don't you do that? And I always defended myself like, I'm not good at English, I'm sorry, blah, blah. But nowadays, to be honest, I don't give a shit. I really don't care. And I do want to mention one thing. At school, we did learn English, of course. But I have been playing games when I was like 4. And it sounds really weird to say, but for example, Final Fantasy VII, I could read the entire game. You know, I knew what the game is about, I knew the storyline, I could read English, I could understand it, but I was at elementary school, and we didn't get English at elementary school, so somehow along the way, I learned how to understand English, but I never learned it at school. So at school, it's really weird, because at school, when we did get English lessons, it was only to read English, to understand English, and to write it. And I was the only one in my class who could read, write, and understand English. It is the only classes in the room, in school, that I had back then, that I had like 8 for tests. I had like 8s, 9s, and at my sort of examen test, I had a 9.9. One of the only people in the entire school who almost had a perfect end test, right, for your entire school. I don't know how you call it in America, but English, right? But they never taught us how to speak English. And you can, just for the fun of it, try and look at some of my first videos. You see me struggling trying to speak English, even though I could perfectly read and understand it. And maybe in some of my older videos, you can literally see the frustration that I had, because I thought to myself, why are the words not coming out of my mouth in the way that they are in my head? Because in my head, I can speak perfectly English, but it's just not coming out. And it's very cool that, at least to me personally, that I literally taught myself to learn to speak English in a more normal way throughout my sort of YouTube life, right? Because I have been on YouTube for like 16 years now. So even though it's still not perfect, and it will never be perfect, because my Dutch isn't even perfect, it's a lot better than in the beginning. A lot better. Yes, I think I've been on YouTube basically when like people like Male Jesus, Happy Console Gamer, and like Pete Door, that was the gamer, the YouTuber that made me think like, hey, I have a passion for games. I want to talk about games too. So I understand that I am not Happy Console Gamer. I'm not as cool as him, but I definitely don't have the equipment and the ambition to make these incredible videos because I love the Epic Console Gamer. But yeah, I have been on YouTube the same amount as they are. You could call me one of the OGs. But my content never sort of progressed further, right? I don't edit my videos or stuff like that. And at a certain point, a few years back, I just thought to myself, you know what? I don't really care about it. I don't need to be famous or anything like that. I just want to say the stuff that I want to say. And if some people want to hear what I have to say, it's fine. And if people don't like my content or think, man, his English suck, or wow, his videos suck, or sometimes I do get hate comments like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, you're idiot, you talk crap. I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's your opinion. It doesn't matter to me. How do I... Well, thank you. I don't consider myself the best, but just like, for example, Happy Console Gamer, I always try to be very positive in video games. There are a lot of YouTubers who specifically play bad games to, you know, cry about it, how bad they are, or make content that is, you know, on purpose trying to start a fanboy war or whatever. And yes, I have done those type of videos, but never for the intention of let's stir up the competition. You know, I talked about when Microsoft bought Bethesda and stuff, and I didn't like it. I was like, it's, you know, why the hell is this happening? Yeah, so a lot of channels, they really rely on being negative. And you could definitely say that I am negative in the way of I don't like modern games, but hey, it's just my opinion. I never say, for example, you know, I think a good example is Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? Where, let's be honest, most of the negativity comes from Yazuki being black. The character being black. Now, I don't think it was a good choice of them. I think they should have used a Japanese sort of hero, you could say, or whatever, legend. But I don't care. I mean, why would I care? Why the fuck would I care? If it's yellow, blue, black, I don't give a shit. If it's a good game, it's a good game. My girlfriend actually plays Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I look at the game and think to myself, it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful looking game. You know, it plays great, but it is basically like all the other Assassin's Creed games. It's nothing new. They haven't done something completely different. It's just Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla in a different coat of paint. And that just bores me. I don't want to spend 100, 200 hours with the same game again. But if you love these huge open world games, you are probably going to love Shadows. And if you dislike the game only because you play as a black samurai, that's a little bit weird, at least to me personally. Yes. So I actually watch a very small amount of YouTubers. A very small amount of YouTubers. I'm completely stuck, by the way. What do I have to do? I have to find a carpenter, but I do not watch. Well, it's. I don't always. No, I don't really watch my own videos. But I watch some of my older videos, and more in the sense of like, wow, you know, time has progressed so fast. You know, I was 20, 22 back then, and now I'm 38. I sometimes watch like my old videos where I was at my old house, or especially in the beginning I was at my mom's house, in my room. But no, I really never watch my own videos. No. I still don't know where I think I have to go here, right? I want to go at the other. That's probably the guy that I want to. What the fuck do I do? Oh, you can. I'm a little bit stuck in this game. Let me try and. Well, did I already found? Because I have not been paying attention. Did I already found the carpenter? Oh, over at the bar. Oh, do I need to get in the boat? Where was the bar? Is it no, this is not a bar. Have you talked to the carpenter over yonder? Oh, so he is a carpenter. So you go find him. So you have to find the carpenter. But he says, oh wait, there is the bar, so I have to go there. Get lost, freak. Ah, okay. If you mean, okay, you literally said new games. To be really honest, nope, absolutely nothing. The only two games that I wanted this year, well, okay, 3 games that I wanted this year was Suikoden Collection that I will get, Lunar Collection, and Xenoblade Chronicles X. Was there not another collection that they have announced? There is another collection, I'm not entirely sure which games it was, but there is another game collection they announced that I want to have. I think there were also RPGs. I forgot which one it was. I think it was on one of the Nintendo Directs. I'm like, oh, okay, I want to get this game too. Claire Obscure Expedition. I don't know that game. Is that horror game? We should check it out. Okay. I like the interactions between the characters in this game. It's turn-based. Let me look at the game for a second. Claire. Oh, Claire Obscure Expeditions 32. Oh wait, is that the new game from the creators of one of those indie RPGs that looked really cool but it's really boring to play? I got that game like 2 years ago. It does look good, at least. It's a dark RPG, so it seems. It's a shame that a lot of these newer RPGs are so dark, you could say. Kind of like Final Fantasy 16 and this one. I like my RPGs colorful, like the Tales of franchise, for example. Have you played Final Fantasy 16? No, I have not. And it's a little bit frustrating because I literally grew up with Dungeons and Dragons. My dad has one of the first Dungeons and Dragons clubs in Holland, and in a certain time frame he had the biggest Dungeons and Dragons club in Holland. So I literally grew up with Dungeons and Dragons, and I remember him playing Baldur's Gate on the PC, and I was always curious about it, but I could never really get into it. And last year, at a sale, I actually got the Baldur's Gate collection with Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 on the PS4. So I started to play it a little bit, and I don't know, maybe I should give it another chance, you could say. But I don't know, to me it felt like a huge amount of talking, amount of text that you you need to read. It's not bad in a way, right? But I know the games can be pretty difficult. Let's just say it like that. It's a difficult game. But maybe it's just at a time where I tried the game where I really wanted to play something else. So maybe I should give it another chance. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, it's really cool to have. It's really cool to have a modern game that is indie, that looks good, plays good, and it seems is one of the greatest games ever made, especially in the Western gaming market. But I don't have any intentions of playing it. I have seen a lot of gameplay and trailers for Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to play it. It just doesn't look interesting for me personally. But I do like that a indie developer shows the big developers like, hey, you can create an incredible game that mostly everyone loves, and you don't need to spend $2 billion to make it. I've also played Divinity, and I really liked its graphics. I really liked the character customization, where you have so many options to create your party. And that game is sort of like a spiritual Baldur's Gate, right? And it's the same. Like, I remember going into a city and then going out of the city, and then boom, I was killed. I'm like, huh? And there was so much text. And having a good story isn't bad at all. I love stories, but this was just way too much. But again, if you are into stuff like this, you will probably love it. So when I was younger, you had Game Mania, Future Zone, Net Games. You had smaller independent game stores. You had bigger game stores like MediaMarkt, Saturn, ePlaza. And almost all of the game stores are gone. We still have Net Games. So I think Net Games is the biggest game store that we have here in Holland. They have a few stores throughout the land, in the country, and there are some independent game stores. And I think the only reason why these game stores are still alive is because they offer retro games. And for example, Game Mania was pretty big here in Holland, but at a certain point they stopped selling retro games. And also, for example, their PS3 games, they cost like 15 euros, where on the online marketplace you could get these games for like $2. So even me, who always supported game stores, at a certain point in time, I was like, you know, I'm an idiot. Why would I spend $100 to buy 6 or 7 games at a game store, including retro game stores, where on the online marketplace I could find them much cheaper? And of course I'm not the only one, because the online marketplace has now become a battleground of scalpers, people who are asking insane prices. But if you put in a lot of time and effort, you can still get a lot of good deals. Yes, it's like GameStop. So even sort of the bigger companies like MediaMarkt, they don't really offer that much anymore. We still have a toy store called Intertoys, and I remember even a few years back they had like a whole section for video games, like a big section for video games, and now it is one small section of basically a Nintendo Switch. A little bit of PS5, no Xbox nothing, and a little bit of Nintendo Switch. I think most people just buy their stuff online on like Amazon, whatever. I want to get into eBay, but I've never bought anything from eBay. But I do want to... This year I'm not going to buy games anymore, because I have so much and I want to play games. So I told myself I am not going to buy, let's say it, collect video games, right? If you know what I mean. I'm not going to... Lunar was basically the last game I will buy this year. And I didn't even buy it, I got it from my girlfriend. But next year, I do want to try and learn how to use eBay, because I have seen a lot of cool stuff on eBay, but I never really sort of bought something. Here in Holland, it's called the Marktplaats. It's literally translated to the marketplace. And that is where I bought most of my games. And I always try to buy like bulk, right? Like collections. So if someone is selling their PS2 with 60 games, I look at, well, like, hey, what games are that I want, and I'll buy the whole bundle. And then just sell the games that I don't want. And I've made some extremely good deals. Yes. It's the same stuff on the online marketplace in Holland. Last year I bought a bundle of games, and Obscure was one of those games. So Obscure is like a horror game, like Resident Evil, sort of, and it costs about $40 to get the game. So the bundle was, I think, $60 or $80 with the console controller. So I'm like, hey, this is a good deal. Eventually I got the game and it was in French. Now I don't know French. Hopefully no French person is looking at this video, because I fucking hate French. It's such an annoying language. Mostly because I don't know it. So I'm like, oh man. And basically, games that are not English, Japanese, or American, they are worth nothing. So the French game, I could not sell it because nobody wanted it. So yeah, sometimes, you know, they rip me off. Sometimes I get ripped off, but not a lot of times. Not a lot of times. Hello, Geno Soul, or is it Geno Soul? Is a GTA trilogy still $40? Wow. I got the physical game for like 20, 22. I do want to mention one thing though. If you are considering buying the GTA trilogy, if you have never played Vice City, and if you have never played San Andreas, the $40 is absolutely worth it. You are going to spend a lot of time with these games. GTA 3 is maybe the worst one out of those three, but it's still a really good game. Even though I never really got far into it. So I kinda should play it one day. Oh.
Gotcha!
Huh? Plaster mill. He's probably like a clone or something. Oh, he actually does a lot of damage. Release Weasel. Wow, that's a pretty cool name. Release Weasel. I actually call my little brother Weasel, but okay. I don't have a streaming schedule, and to be really honest, I haven't been streaming as much as I used to do, because I mostly play on my PS2, because I have a PS2 with like MacBoot on it. But just because there are two things. Is number one, my girlfriend doesn't really like it if I sort of would stream every day, and she is gone now. She's going to the church and whatever. And also, again, I play a lot on the PS2, so PS2 doesn't have streaming streaming service. And I don't know, I just wanted to stream this game. I guess to maybe get more attention out of the game. To like, hey, people go buy this game, and I just wanted to stream it. I don't know why. So I don't really have a streaming schedule like a lot of YouTubers have. I just do it when I want to, do it when I have time. It doesn't matter, Gino Soul, my English is also very bad. I am not going to buy the Switch 2. I have a Nintendo Switch, and I rarely play it. Very rarely play it.
Gotcha!
The most time I've spent with the system this year is actually on Monster Hunter Generation Ultimate, and I will play that game more. I don't have any intention of getting the Switch 2.
Gotcha!
It's super expensive. I mean, super expensive. The games are extremely expensive. Almost 90 euros for a controller is ridiculous. And to be really honest, there are no games yet that I want to buy a Switch 2 for. But maybe in the future that could change. Definitely could change. I like emulators. I think emulators are the best way to play retro games by far. I mean, playing retro games, for example, PS2 on a big screen, it doesn't matter what I do, it will never look as good as emulation. But I don't know, I just don't want to spend money on a PC and stuff right now. Maybe in the future I will. But emulation by far is the best way to play retro games. Yes, I actually used a lot of HDMI converters. Most of them fucking suck. They really suck. I have one from the original Xbox. It's from a company who makes it. It was pretty expensive, and that is maybe the only HDMI converter that almost is perfect. It is almost the same graphics as using the original Xbox on a CRT. Almost. It looks extremely good. Yes, there are too much games to play. That is definitely true. There is this really expensive HDMI converter. I forgot the name, but it's like $400 or $500, and they at least say that it looks pretty good, right? It's a good investment, but again, I use component cables because I have an old television, so my girlfriend plays on my my 4K screen. I play on my Sony Bravia. And my Sony Bravia is like 8 or 9 years old, still works perfectly fine, and let's hope it works fine forever. It has like HDMI, 1080p, 480p, 480i, it has component cables, so I actually found out, really weird, that using a cheap HDMI converter, as I did, it's the same quality as using good component cables. So I just use component cables for the PS2, and the graphics are fine on PS2. It's a little bit jaggy, but I don't mind it. I am used to it. I don't mind it that much. Well, retro games, Genosoul, retro games are actual games. I mean, they're just old, but they are games. But yes, I mostly play older games. Most of the time, like 99% of the time I play retro games. Yes, Metal Jesus had a video about it. I should do a collab with him, yeah, but he doesn't even know I'm alive. You know what I mean? I'm a small YouTuber. I have nothing really to say, I think. Metal Jesus did a video a few years back with Reggie. And I've actually had contact with Reggie. I talked to him a few times, and they made a video about indie games getting physical releases. And you should check out that video. Reggie talks about his friend called Alex, and that is me. But it was a mistake because they would have used my name Klaudkil, but because Reggie always just calls me Alex, he said Alex. But that is basically me. I was pretty proud of myself that I was on one of his videos. But I mean, you know, Metal Jesus is a huge YouTuber, and I'm just a small guy, right? No, I think you should check out his channel, and it was something about indie games getting physical releases and stuff. I have not played Yakuza Like a Dragon, no. I have played Yakuza 1, 2, no, not 2, Yakuza 1 and 3, 4, 5, 6, Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza 0, and Judgment. But I haven't played Like a Dragon yet. Maybe I will someday. I actually have Reggie on my PlayStation friend list. And I talked to Metal Jesus on Facebook a few years back because of that video. Yes, it's an old video. It's a few years back. Yeah. It's a few years back. It was really at the time where not many indie games were being released physical, and I made videos about. I had a video series talking about all the games that were coming out physical, and that's the reason why me and Reggie started talking, because he found out about my videos and he was like, "It's really cool." And then they made sort of also a video about physical releases, and Reggie talked about like, hey, I get my information from a guy that, you know, does a lot of research into seeing which games are going to get physical releases. But nowadays, of course, I mean, there are so many indie games getting physical releases. It's insane. It's really cool, but it's insane. Yes, I think, you know, indie games are what gaming was before games cost 300 million to make. However, I have played a large amount of indie games, and at a certain point in time, even indie games are, for example, I've played so many roguelike games, I am burned out on them. I have played so many Souls-like or Soulborne games. I'm like, come on, another Soulborne game? Seriously? Another roguelike game? Another boss rush game? Even indie games are slowly doing the same stuff. But I understand in gaming, what else can you do? You can definitely say it like, hey Claude, you're always playing RPGs. You're always playing RPGs with turn-based battles. It's always the same. And yes, it's true. So eventually at the end, it really depends on what type of games do you like. Did you know that Satoru Iwata from Nintendo, back in the GameCube days, in an interview, he mentioned that the gaming industry is at the point where they have already done everything. They have made every type of genre. They have made every type of game that the gaming world could create. And the only thing that we are going to see in the future is these games looking better and will become bigger. That's in an interview from Satoru Iwata in the GameCube era, where he already said we are at the point where it's only going to look better, but in terms of gameplay wise, we have done it all. And trust me on this, if you know any genre that you think that has been created in the last few years, I can find a game not literally the same, but it's the same. Soulborn games already existed on the PlayStation 1. Roguelike games already existed on the Super Nintendo. It's nothing new. Even though it looks new, it may look fresh, it isn't. It's done before. A lot of indie games are cheap, and that's what they're cheap, and a lot of times they are fun to play. As I mentioned in the beginning, Brotato is a really fun game. It's really easy, it's cheap, it's simple, but it's a lot of fun. You probably need to do stuff. Oh, see here, here's a stair. I have heard of Unmetal, but I never saw any gameplay or checked it out or anything like that. But I think I've seen Unmetal physical. Maybe that's how I saw it, or I saw Unmetal in like PlayStation Network deals. Oh, wait. Chest first. Oh, empty chest. Quantum Break. Shall I check it out, what it is? I know Quantum Fury. Wasn't that the Gears of War Japanese style game that really sucked? Oh yeah, Quantum Break is from yeah that game on the Xbox. Xbox from 2016. Okay. Oh, there is fighting. Yeah, the makers of Alan Wake. They're mummies. Looks weird for a mummy, but doesn't matter. Probably.
Check this out.
I still need to play Alan Wake one day. And Control. I have read good reviews about it. Oh man, my favorite Dragon Ball character is very easy. It's Vegeta and then Frieza. I like Vegeta a lot. He is so arrogant, so proud, but he gets his ass kicked every time. And he's just cool. There's a lot of cool scenes with Vegeta where he tries to be cool and badass and evil, but you know, he kinda is more like cute. I think in Dragon Ball Super there was a scene where, or in Dragon Ball Z, where Bulma says, you know, don't you want to hold your baby? And he's like, no! And then Bulma does something to the baby and he like grabs the baby and like, give it to me. That was funny. At least I thought it was funny. Not the way that I say it, but in the scene it was funny. Why am I not destroying these? Oh, Zero, there's... Huh? Oh, you probably need to use magic.
Check this out.
Yeah, okay, I need to use... No, we watched Dragon Ball with the Japanese voices. In Spanish or English. It's a rotating mummy.
Check this out.
Ah, Naruto. I have seen Naruto a little bit.
Fury of the flame.
I couldn't really get into it though, I'll be honest. Same goes with like One Piece. I do like One Piece a lot, but there's so many episodes, it's insane. You know, I do like the opening music in Naruto. It's great. I love these songs. Yeah, it's so freaking long. And basically the only sort of information that I get from what One Piece is from the games. the Pirate Warrior games, because I love these games.
Check this out.
Athena, let me
Yep, especially Pirate Warriors 4 was fantastic. I almost platinumed that game. And that mostly never happens. But Pirate Warrior 4 was extremely good. Yeah, I think... Oh wait, you mean the RPG? I played that one a little bit. Or you mean... yeah, I think... yeah, the RPG one. Where you're stranded with your boat and stuff.
Check this out.
Oh, you cannot use physical weapons at all.
Check this out.
I have seen, of course, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was a kid. But I have never played any of the games. I knew a friend of mine who did play Yu-Gi-Oh! But like with the cards. And he collected Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and stuff. But yeah, I've never done that. But I have seen, you know, Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, as a kid. Ah.
Check this out.
Yeah!
Ah, okay. I'm not entirely sure what a dual disc is. Or you mean like with like Pokemon, where you had Pokemon like yellow and red, and you could sort of trade Pokemons together, something like that? Jessica, gain level. Ah, okay. Where they shot these blades off or something. Am I almost dead? No. Oh. Oh, where you put the cards. Okay. It's been a long time since I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! It's quite weird because I never played... Well, that's not really true. I have played the Pokemon Legend of Arceus on the Switch, and I liked it a little bit and then got really bored. But I never played any of the classical Pokemon games, the games that people really loved, right? But I do like the old Pokemon series. You know, with the gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. I do like it as a kid. And I specifically remember one Sunday that I was at my dad's house And there was this Pokemon marathon where the entire day they only showed Pokemon. So I remember, really liking it a lot. Just lying on the couch and just looking at Pokemon. It was this game reminds me of like Pokemon, where the game is just colorful, vibrant, chill to play, a really good feel game. And Pokemon really is sort of like a childhood. Like, you really have to be a kid to really sort of understand how cool Pokemon was. If you know what I mean. Like, the game is, how do I say it? It really reminds me of childhood, of being a kid. Yes, I also liked Digimon, and I have played a few Digimon games. And a friend of mine, he sort of got rid of a lot of his video games, and he gave me some of the Pokemon World games on the PlayStation 1. So these games are also on my list to be played. Right? And I have played Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and I liked it a lot. I liked that game a lot. So I have seen Digimon, I have played Digimon games, and I am playing on the PS2. I am playing Digimon World 4, and that game is more of like an action RPG, like an action roguelike. Pretty cool.
Check this out.
Yes. So last year, it's the first time I've ever played San Andreas, and it definitely reminds you of, the sixth generation of consoles, because I am someone who has a large amount of nostalgic feelings, I guess you could say. I'm not someone who literally lives in the past, but I have strong feelings of my time being a kid. Or it's not specifically that I was a kid, it's more like, to me, the sixth generation of consoles and 7 were just the golden era of gaming, where it felt like good game after good game came out. It felt like developers cared about making video games. They cared about what they were making and not just only cared about profits. Of course they cared about profits, but it seems at least that back then they cared about actually making a good game, a fun game, a gaming experience, where nowadays for example, Fortnite or even Call of Duty, that I don't care about, but you see loot boxes, DLC, season passes, seasons. They just want you to keep spending money on the same game forever, if they could do it. Yeah. And not only pay to win, you as a consumer are, how do I say it? Back in the day, they made a game, for example, this game, and they're thinking to themselves, well, I want to tell a story. I think I have a good story in my mind and gameplay features, and we want to make a game that hopefully fans will like, and hopefully gamers will look at this game and say, hey, Lunar 1 looks really cool, let's buy it. And hopefully they will like it. It seems that nowadays game developers like Fortnite and Call of Duty are like, how can we make a game that people keep playing and especially keep buying our DLC? What can we do to this game to make sure that gamers will keep spending money on it? What type of genre could we create where we could sell a base game and just keep making the consumers spend money on it with stupid ass costumes, season passes, whatever what? It is literally a different mindset. I'm not saying everybody does that, but a lot of them do. Exactly. And it's actually quite funny because my girlfriend has been watching me play this game, and she said on a Friday, what is the difference between doing the same stuff in Assassin's Creed and doing the same stuff in this game? Why do you like this so much, but you dislike Assassin's Creed Shadows? What's the difference? And I thought that was a really interesting question. And I told her, like, the battle system is the same. It is true. And even back then, turn-based games sometimes were negatively reviewed because it is really just doing the same stuff over and over again. And you just have to like it. But with Assassin's Creed and with almost all of these open world games nowadays, you don't feel that you are progressing. So I told her, if I would spend 24 hours just grinding with this game, I would eventually become so overpowered that I could trash any boss. I could destroy everyone. It's just it's a minor issue, you could say, but with Assassin's Creed, it doesn't matter, and with a lot of games nowadays, it doesn't matter if you are level 1 or level 100. It doesn't matter if you have the best armor possible, the best weapon possible. The enemies will level up with you. You will always have the same amount of struggle. Doesn't matter if you begin the game or when you're at the end of the game. So you are literally doing the same things. You had a sword, and in 10 strokes you could kill your enemy, and 200 hours later you would have the masterfully crafted ultimate katana sword of Nobunaga Oda, but you would still need 10 strokes to kill your enemies. It is literally doing the same stuff over and over and over and over again without any progression. I think that is, it may not be the reason, but I think it's one of those reasons why Assassin's Creed Shadows and Origins and Odyssey feel very repetitive to play, and yet this somehow does not, even though it is in its basic form very repetitive. It's very much doing the same stuff over and over again. And I think
Check this out.
that is that's one of the things that has been lost in modern games, where you actually progress in the game, where you will see and feel your, not literally feel, but you see your character getting stronger.
Check this out.
Fury of the flame.
I don't get it. Nothing actually works. Oh, maybe ice.
Special delivery. Yeah.
Blessing of Alkena. Code of ice.
So magic doesn't work?
Blessing of Alkena. Code of ice. Blessing of Alkena. In the name of the goddess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So special attacks do work, but magic doesn't work. Alright. Bum. Let's move along. Pull. Ah. No, let's see what.
Check this out.
Ah, at least I can give attack.
Fury of the flame!
It's a little better. Wow. Give me a chest. Spirit banana. Full of a doek. Yeah. I want a chest. Starlight. Ice pendant. Thunder and fire attack. Whoopie de whoopie. Who was the least helpful? I have a feeling this should be the choice. I have a feeling. Let's kill him first.
Check this out.
By
I
the
have to
power
go
of
to the
Althena.
toilet for seconds.
Gotcha!
Fury of the flame.
Back from the dead.
Yeah!
Hmm. Ah. I'm dying. You must proceed to the next floor, yeah, but I'm going to get really angry. Suspicious. Priceless treasure. All right. All right. Hey, what's up, Triforce? Well, I think they added nothing. The only remastered bit is the character portraits and the movie sections. And it looks a little bit sharper, but that's good. That's a good thing. Fool of a took. Brilliant. Ah. Maybe, if the Switch 2 is powerful enough, You have passed the final test. No, it's not weird. It's been hinted at for so many times in this game that Luna is the goddess. Okay. Yum. Thieves' Crest. Ah, hier stond de blueprint. Your dead cow will spank my bottom and call me pink. Zo. Kidnapped again. Follow me. Yeah, I'll follow. Almost 3 hours. What a loser. Alright, alright. Well, it's time to get something to eat first. See you later, alligator.